The international school market is really amazing, which we actually, uh, my mom when she was alive, she was telling us that, hey, if you're serving the international school market, in order to serve your customer well, you should really believe in the system. Send your kids to the international school, know exactly what they are doing, all right? Then you can truly serve your customer because you are a believer of the system as well. And it was a really, really good decision. When we put our kids in the international school, we find that the things they're doing is so new, all right? As we are saying that we don't actually need a crystal ball to see the future. We are already in the future, all right. Whatever that the UK, US, or the developed countries is using, the international schools is already using. So we are real time connected to the world, and almost all the kids in these international schools have a global citizenship.
Right.
All right.
But what about the publicity? Do you have some kind of collaborations with any of them as well?
We work with almost every international school, but one of the best thing that we do is that we have very close working relationships with the Cambridge Assessment and International Exams. They are really fantastic. It's a really, really, really good system actually. Curriculum is fantastic. It's constantly updated, and the best thing is it's recognized globally. Anywhere you go, people say, "Oh, Cambridge certificate." Sure, no problem. It's accepted without a doubt anywhere in the world. So it's really, really cool. And now we even do a lot of new stuffs. Like we even have besides the school, we even have online tuition and online schools for the curriculum itself. All right, where teachers can actually teach live from the UK,
Right.
and any students in the world can actually just buy a ticket like going to a movies and join a class, and you have a global community joining the class. But it's very personalized in the sense that each class is only maximum 15 participants,
Right.
where the teachers, we call it the virtual academy, in partnership with the NST Education Group, where the students can actually log on live with a teacher, and your classmates all log on live, and you study in the virtual world actually, at a time that is convenient for you.
As for you, how do you see the, I don't know, do you see the need to expand, not to say expand, how do I put it, rather than focusing on just textbooks, maybe other style, I don't know.
You mean
Maybe
like
you have plans,
like general books
Yeah.
and things like that?
I do have.
Well, I'm basically a reader. I
Yeah.
like to read a lot of books, other than textbooks, right? Textbooks play a very important point because students need to pass their exams to go on. I do like the idea of having people read more, whatever, anything that you're reading. It could be business, it could be preschool materials, print, e-books, whatever. I just want more and more people to read more. I was just talking to a teacher the other day and how to improve English. She's been teaching for like decades, and she says the only way to improve your English is to read. You have to read a lot, and you will actually automatically improve. So I think that's what's lacking right now, is that we sometimes tend to concentrate too much on the textbooks, and then we tend to let go of the general reading.
In fact, well, we because nowadays the modern generation, the kids don't really have time. In fact, one of the ways is that yes, we want them to read widely. They have to read widely, but certain times we actually help them to look for content that is directly relevant or mapped to their curriculum, so that they read at the same time they prepare for the exams and assessments as well. Like we were working with a Singapore publisher. We shared the building with Robinsons. That time Robinsons existed already, you know.
Okay. So how was it? How many staff you started with? How many books you had at the time?
Those days, if I'm not wrong, that bookshop is about 3,500 to 4,000 square feet. That time is considered very big already. All right, and my dad did mention at the peak, we actually have about 50 over staff working for the company actually. right?
So are you the only sibling among who's involved with this business, or?
Yeah, a little back to history. You see, what happened is that in 1970, the new economic policy came about, and uh, we really experienced difficult times during that time because all of a sudden we cannot supply anything that's public funded. So from 50 staff, we actually dropped down to only 5 staff during the time, and we went from the solely professional university business, we go all the way down to preschool. Alright, people say you're a university bookstore, why do you come to preschool? It says, oh, transition period, we just need to survive. Alright, then after that, the good thing is that the Taylor's College, the Sunway College, the what do you call it, Prime College came about, and that actually saved us and sustained the business actually. Then the private school and international school become very popular. Started with people like Alice Smith School, Garden, Seyfall, and so on. That's the segment that we grew. And when I go into that segment, it's really fantastic in the sense that we grew, we see the trend, we see the global government education policies. It's really interesting. Every time we hear new things or we learn new things, we get pretty excited because we're actually following the education trend globally.
So you're the only person in your siblings?
Then the good part is when I first joined the company, I'm actually the 6th person in the company. Actually, we're looking for directions, what to do, and know that maybe someday my dad will pass on the business to me. And I'm thinking, what the heck to do actually? So one day, one of my friend who works for a publisher just came over to my bookstore and told us, hey bro, you can't do the traditional way, sit and wait for the customers to come. You have basic marketing is that you got to go out and meet the customer. Alright, you got to delight the customer. He teach marketing in the college, alright, those days. And he actually told me, well, I will share with you. Let's go and see a client and do a cold call. I said, man, I was so scared because it's like trembling, man. It's like, I've never done this before. I've never done sales before. How do we go out and do sales, you know? And he says, well, one of the nearer college is Mara, College Professional Mara and Taman Chamberlain Perkasa. So we actually went there, and he says, okay, let's go for the chemistry department. I have the best chemistry book in the world, Chang Chemistry, McGraw-Hill Chang book. That says we see the head of chemistry. So when we went to see the head of chemistry, the lecturer says, I still remember because my first customer, Juan Sabrina, she was saying, yeah, this is a really good, it's a fantastic book, but it's for the university and for US program, it's great. But we are running A levels, you know.
Right.
So when you run A levels, you use a different set of books. Then my friend in a way was pretty disappointed. Saying, then I interjected and says, A levels. I really know A levels because I work on A levels every day. All my customers like Taylor Stanway, all this, we are doing A levels. In fact, I know A levels at the back of my palms actually, because like say one book has been used like brakes, and all this Renshaw and all these various A-level books. I know thoroughly how it's been used, what are the best part or the best points in each of the books the lecturer has been sharing with me. I'm so familiar, I share with her. She was so amazed. She says, you know what, our faculty and all the directors of academic, we spent 2 weeks in London to look for all these books, and we cannot find any at all because in London they mainly sell trade books. They don't really sell academic books on the shelf. They can't find. And you tell me, deep in the heart of Kuala Lumpur, you have everything that we need. Immediately she brought me to the chief library and says, hey, this guy can help us. We've been hunting for all these books so long for our kids actually. And what it did, the following week, all the ketua pengarah of every subject came to our bookstore, and they got everything they need for chemistry, physics, biology, maths, and everything. I was so happy and so glad to be able to play the role. Actually, you know, actually I didn't know that I had so much of hidden kung fu that we have never used until the need arises. Okay, so uh, the other best part is that I found out that a lot of subjects actually they have teaching manual, they have instructors manuals, and also all this A levels program they actually have past this question and suggested solutions. So all these things I've learned I shared with all the directors of academic, and they say yeah it's great, we should use this and expose the students, and the faculty should learn more and get exposure to more reading materials and different approach to teaching the subject and tackling the exams. And what happened was really phenomenal. After using all this kind of array of materials, we set world record. Malaysia set world record. Like say for example the physics paper, 80% of the A level students got A, and the chemistry and the physics and as well as the economics, everybody is doing so tremendously well, until the college has a bit of problem because all the private colleges start to target superstars, lecturers who actually did well, and you see the elation of the students getting to Cambridge, getting to Oxford, the tears running down their parents' eyes, and hey, you really did great, by getting my kids into the Ivy Leagues and stuff like that. That is such an encouragement. It makes me work harder. That there's a sense of purpose to really serve the customer well. In fact, they introduce so many customers to me as though I'm a solution provider for anything to do with books and references. But the snag is, during the time that's my first customer, the academic department is in the level 4 and there's no lift. So I would carry the curtains up the 4 stories building, until it's like a laborer, always sweaty, hair is messy and dusty and stuff like that. Sometimes the teachers are kind, they tell the kids, this guy has really passed university, get a good degree. You also don't even know whether you get to this university. But look, they're not choosy. They work very hard. They don't think about you need to wear a tie and a coat to work. This is great. In fact, you should try over and over again like this guy. But the sense that sometimes you're a bit shy lah.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it's still a lowly job. But I have pride in my work. I don't think that well, as long as I did my job really, really well, it's a reward that is good enough.
You wouldn't change it for anything,
Actually, maybe I don't really know. Looking back, because one of my classmates become a CEO from Bang, and wow, that guy is living the life of the rich and famous. So with that kind of workload and with business growing, actually I asked my brother to come back to help me. My brother has been working for a shipping and logistic company, so we asked him to come back to help out with the business. And along the way, he got married and he brought his wife in as well. So my brother and his wife actually run the journals and R&D journals for the universities and colleges actually. So they lightened the job for me in running the journals department.
Yeah.
Whereas unfortunately my dad passed away in 1999. Alright, and
a year after, a few years after.
yeah, after we took over, and no choice, I've got to be taking up the leadership role. I haven't been a boss before, right? Then all of a sudden, all the families tomorrow, whether they have food or not, rely on you. Okay, the kind of pressure. But the good thing is that my mom is still around. She's the anchor person. She says, don't worry, alright, have faith, have faith. God will take care of you and take care of things. Just do your very best. We will stand together actually. Alright. So mom have been helping out, and then along the way, I met a friend. After many years, we only keep in touch once a year during my birthday and her birthday.
Oh.
Alright.
Is it